Hi everybody. Today I want to walk you through a new feature, at the time of recording at least, that we just introduced, which is one of my favorite features now in our API, in our n8n node, which is called structured outputs. And to kind of illustrate a little bit why structured outputs is useful, I just ran this API request here. So I'm first going to, by the way, show it in the API. Then afterwards, I'm going to show it in the n8n node. So stick around if you want to see it, how it works in the n8n node. Either way, I just ran an API request where I basically researched with our agent what the Utopian Labs tech stack is. And then this is what you generally get back, right? So you have the research where you have a few steps, where the agent does some research into Utopian Labs in this case, and then it comes up with this giant research conclusion of everything that it found, which is really cool. But if you want to update some fields in the CRM, or if you want to use some of the information and pass it into something else, you sometimes need something more structured than this giant research report. So therefore, structured outputs are really useful. The only thing that you really need to do in order to make this entire giant research string into something more structured, into a JSON output, is by defining an output schema. And it can look something like this. So output schema, and whatever is in this object here can be completely made up by yourself. And so now I'm going to show you first an example in the API, and then I'm going to show you the same thing in the n8n node to show you how that works. So here in the API, I was looking for an analysis on the Utopian Labs tech stack. And so suppose that I want to have a few tags that I can add to, I don't know, a database somewhere, or my CRM or something like that. And what I can do here is I can add output schema, and I can say here, for example, technologies. If I want to get, for example, a list of technologies back, you can say like list of technologies, string array. This is completely free form. You can say whatever you want. You can, for example, also do this, technology name 1, technology name 2. You can add any other fields. For example, multiple cloud providers found. If I want to know, for example, whether the company uses multiple cloud providers, I can just say I want to have a boolean back, so true or false. And if I, for example, want to know email provider string, right? So now I will get basically some structured output back that I can then use further in my workflow. So let's just start running this run, and we'll get this now here. Oops. We'll get this here, and as you can see, it's right now it's queued. So I'm gonna pause this loom and then come back to you in a bit. Okay, so now the agent did the research that we asked for. It checked the tech stack of Utopian Labs, and it found, along with this research conclusion, it found the things that we were looking for. So it listed a couple of technologies that we're using, and then also it provided back in the exact format that we wanted, that we do indeed have multiple cloud providers, and also that our email provider is Gmail. So that, which is true, by the way. So and now you can use this structured output further in your workflow, and you can do kind of anything with it. So this is a request that we've gotten many times, and we think it's very useful. So if we now go to n8n, we have a separate tutorial about how to actually start using n8n and set it up and everything. But I just want to quickly show you what to do in our n8n node in order to get back structured output. So I just added a webhook, and then a trigger, a webhook trigger, and then our custom or our community n8n node. Then afterwards, what you need to do here, as the other tutorial or separate tutorial says, is that you need to add a wait node in order to wait for the agent to be finished. And then here, you say on webhook call, and you want to make sure it's a post webhook call. So this is kind of all you need to do in order to get back the data from the agent. So if we go back to the canvas, then all you need to do really in order to start using it, I already put something in here. So if I reset this real quick, is to add into the output schema the exact same thing as we did before, right? So let's say we want to get this back, then we just put in this little JSON schema, and then that's the exact same thing. It works the exact same way. So then if I run this step and everything, then I will get the output that I want. I have return mock response set to on here to true, because that's how I like to test. Return mock response kind of almost immediately returns a response that is not real. But if you turn that off, then it will actually run the agent. And do note that this is only this output schema is only a feature in the n8n node if you choose research a lead. There's a bunch of other things that the n8n node can do, but research a lead is the one where you can get the structured output back. So that's all about structured output. If you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to answer anything. And other than that, see you soon. Bye-bye.